Hello, welcome to the news video. Man, this took a long time to make. Do you feel like you have to do something and then you organize yourself during the day to make that happen, and then you have so much stuff to do that by the end of the day you don't do it, and then you say, oh God, I should have done it, okay, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, and you organize yourself, and then tomorrow comes and you find no time, and then it's like, oh man, that's been my life. I've been going to sleep really late every day, and usually when I go to sleep I'm still studying, and I'm like, oh man, I should have done the news video, I have to do it tomorrow, and then the next day comes and the next day comes, and man, this news video and the comments from the pictures that I should have done last month is just hovering over my head so bad. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it now. I'm doing the video now. I'll try to do the comments, I hope today or tomorrow, but I have so much to study, so I'm just trying to make everything happen at the same time, so I'm sorry about that. I also noticed that every time I start one of these news videos, I start by saying I'm sorry, because there's always stuff to be sorry about. Anyway, that's how it is. I'm gonna let you know how everything's been on my end, because there's a lot of stuff happening, and there's a lot of things that are not sorted out yet in every single direction. So first off, the most obvious thing and the biggest thing of all, it's about the channel. Or more than the channel, it's about Patreon. It's about you guys, you and me, our beautiful relationship. So here's the thing. I am kind of confused about what to do with the pledges on Patreon, and here's why. This is gonna be kind of technical and a little bit boring if you're not interested in this, but trust me, it's important for you to understand how this works. When you set up your Patreon page, you put the pledges, right? So you put like $1, $5, and $10. Those were my pledges. Now, when I was contacted by Patreon, because I was not supposed to make raffles, and then after all this time I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I've been illegal. They contacted me and they said, man, all's good, but you gotta stop that shit. And I was like, okay, that's fine, just one more, boom, and now I'm done. Okay, I'm done. And I had to erase that pledge. So now the big issue I have is, since I erased that pledge of $10, everybody who's pledging $10 is just pledging $10. It's not inside a pledge. That's the weird thing of the Patreon system. You have $1, $5, and then magic. So everybody who is in that pledge and pledging $10, my advice, if you want to keep pledging $10, because that will be amazing, the best thing to do is take the $5 pledge and add $5 more. So you can pledge $5, but be part of the $5 pledge. The reason for that is, every time I post a video as the photo critique, or I try to make this what's the name? Pre-access? Man, I forgot. Well, the access of the video before they go, early access, before they go live on YouTube, you need to be on the $5 pledge. Now, the issue is, many of you, and I have no words like to say how much I thank you for this. Many of you said, man, no worry, I'm not gonna stop pledging $10. Like, I like what you do on your content, that's fine. I'm just gonna keep pledging, and that's okay. Thank you so much. I don't want to feel like I'm scamming you, so the best way for you to keep doing what you're doing is go and pledge 5, and then pledge 5 on top of that. So keep pledging 10, but you need to be registered as a 5, otherwise you will not receive the content, because when I publish the content, like the videos or the photo critique or whatever, they say, to which pledge do you want to put this video for? And I can select 5, but I can select everybody over 5. I don't know why. That's how just the system works. Man, when I got the news from Patreon that I'll have to cancel the $10 pledge, because here's one thing. On this Patreon page, most of the big pledging money comes from the $10 pledge, because it was like, oh, I'm just gonna get cameras away, it's gonna be fine. So most of you are subscribed to that pledge. And then when they said you have to remove that, my biggest question was what I'm gonna do with $10, because I am already swamped in things, and just making these videos and just making, you know, the photo critique, and that's already a lot. So what can I do to make a $10 pledge? So that's what I want to ask you guys. In case you're thinking, oh man, maybe you should, if you have any idea for the $10 pledge, I'm all ears, man, because so far it's just non-existing. It's just 1 and 5, and that's it. Everybody who's now donating on Patreon will move to those pledges. The money will be cut in half. So that'll be kind of terrible for supporting the channel, but man, that's just the name of the game. I'm holding to anything that happens, and whatever happens is fine, because I'm here to make content for you guys, and if you like it and you keep supporting, that's great. I guess that's all that matters right now. I'm just doing my best. So if you have any idea for a $10 pledge, I was thinking maybe a live stream or something like that, but I don't know what to do on a live stream. Like, what would it be? Just me talking shit? The other option would be to make a live stream focus on 1 or 2 questions, like a specific question, like how do you resolve this thing, or what is your influence on this thing, and then maybe I could do a live stream once a month about one topic that you're interested in. The thing is, for that to work, there needs to be a bunch of people interested, because if I'm going to do a live stream for one person who has one question, which is basically what was happening with the Q&A problem. Like, I was receiving very few questions about it, and then making a video about just 1 or 2 questions a month was more complicated than anything, and then I had to cancel the pledge. Man, the story of Patreon has been really interesting over here. But yeah, that's everything I want to say about Patreon. That's on that end. Now about my life, which I think, if you're interested in what's happening and why am I taking so long to make the videos or this content or anything, is because I am, like, the semester just started. Hold on, I'm gonna check. Yeah, I'm 6 minutes in. The semester just started, and I'm already like, oh man, it's amazing how swamped I am. The big issue I have is I began the semester. I had to take 3 classes and one extra, which is for my thesis, my MA thesis. So I'm writing I'm not writing, I'm just reading for my thesis. I haven't read anything yet, so I'm not gonna lie. I have to write for my thesis, but I'm taking 3 other classes. The big issue is 2 of those classes I'm fine, they're settled, I'm gonna go to those classes fine. But one of those 3 got canceled. Like, it was supposed to be on Tuesday, and I arrived to the class and the teacher was like, oh, thank you for coming, but I'm actually going on absent leave because I have a medical problem, so take care. Which is really sad, but at the same time it's sad for her because she has to leave, and it's sad for all of us who are taking that class because now we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. So these last 2 weeks I've been going to a lot of other classes. It's what's called here shopping around, and I decided on one class that I was interested in. I'm still interested in it. It's a class about practical reason. It's about Kant's practical reason, but not only Kant, it's how practical reason is related through the history of philosophy, which is something I'm really interested in. If you have seen my videos about philosophy, or the books that I've read during 2018, I think it was, I was talking about Kant's practical reason, and I was going in that direction while also maintaining my other interests. But the big issue I have now is the people from the philosophy department in Colombia are, how can I say this without sounding like a bad person? They're kind of special, and I understand why. Because philosophy is such a broad topic. It's not about just thinking. Philosophy has a whole history. There's specific concepts that you need to know in order to unlock other concepts. So if you don't know anything about Aristotle, you probably will not understand Kant, and then you will not understand Hegel, and then you will not understand, some postmodern ideas like, I don't know, Jean-Luc Nancy or Deleuze will be like way outside of your realm. And if you go and try to attack those authors without knowing what's behind them, then it will be just confusion. So the people from the philosophy department are really aware of this. And I've been trying to take this course now it's been 2 weeks since I've been going there. And teachers are not sure if they want to let me in, because I'll be the only one not from the philosophy department. I'm from the theater department, the theater PhD, which is like on the other side. And it's like, why is there a guy from theater trying to take a course in here? So I've been trying to get into that course, but I'm not sure I'm going to get in either. So I'm supposed to get an answer this week, and if I get an answer and I get in, then I can just keep studying and whatnot, which is a lot of text because I have to read. Like, I had to read Adam Smith, the theory of emotions, I guess it was, theory of sentiment. That was a long read, man. On top of that, I had to read some Rousseau. On top of that, I had to read some Hume. So just for one class, and every class is a lot to study. So I'm fine with that, as long as I can study and I can go to class with a proper idea and having read the whole text, which is what's taking most of my time. Reading is what I do most of the day. Almost every hour of the day. Of course I eat and I watch some YouTube and whatnot, but But those are like my moments in between. I have a timer on my watch, and it gives me like 25 minutes to read, and then I rest for 5 minutes, and then 25 minutes to read, and I rest for 5 minutes. That's how I organize my whole day, just reading in chunks, and it's super tiring. 10 minutes. So yeah, since I'm reading all day, that's what's happening with me. And I want to take this class on practical reason. Is this interesting to you guys? I don't know. I'm just telling you my story right now. My academic problems. And I'm trying to take this course, but if the teachers don't let me, then I have to switch to another course, which I already skipped one class, and I'll try to make an excuse for that if I am allowed to get in. So I'm in this weird limbo regarding classes in which I don't know if I'm going to be accepted on one, or I have to switch, or if I will be accepted on it, and how hard will it be. So I'm taking these 3 classes plus the MA, plus I'm auditing on one class on playwriting, because I really want to start writing plays again. I haven't written a play since 2017, I guess. I mean, I wrote 2 scripts, so it's not like I haven't written, but I really want to get into playwriting again. And writing plays in English is a whole different thing, because I can write in Spanish no problem, because I know how people speak, and I know how to make... There's this detail when you write in which the words that you use have to be very specific. Like in Spanish, if I write a scene, I know how to make one word sound out of place, because I'm super familiar with the language. So if a character says a word that does not belong to the realm, like the semiotic realm of the conversation, you as an audience can pick it up really quickly. But I can't do that in English yet. I can speak in English, I guess, fairly okay. I can go to class, I can understand the classes, I can read the text, there's no problem. But there's a level of familiarity with the language that I feel like I don't yet have. And that's the biggest issue I'm facing right now. So I need to face my fears, which is what I'm doing every day, at every moment at university. Face my fears, go there and try to get a grasp of the class and understand how it works, and really embed myself in the logic of writing a text in English, like a theater text. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking this... So that will mean I'm taking 5 classes. Plus I have to go to the gym on Fridays because... No, not on Fridays, on Thursdays. Because I'm getting fat. Just by sitting all day reading, I get fat and my back hurts, so I need to move. So all my time is consumed now. Every single day. I go to school and I do my things, and I come back here and I read. And then I go to school and I read. And then I have to go to another class, and I have to go to the gym. And then... So that's the reason why the videos are taking not 1 week but 2 weeks to be produced. That's basically the reason. That's the reason why going to Chile for this whole month was really needed for me and my body and my well-being and my health, mental health stability, because I was just, at the last week, man, I was burnt. I was completely fucking burnt. So now I'm better. I'm way better now. I'm more calmed, but at the same time I'm nervous. I'm kind of facing the fear of, oh my god, this is going to be a really tough semester. So sometimes I freak out, and I have so much to read, and I discovered that I can't read for more than, I don't know, if I have a class on Tuesday and it's Friday, I can't read for that class, because by the time that class arrives, I'm going to forget what I read. So I have to be reading for the next day every time. So, and sometimes the books are really freaking long, so I can't finish them in one day. So I have to like make a calculus on how long it will take me to read. So probably 1 or 2 days, and then I can start reading before going to class. And man, I knew taking a PhD will be intense, like an intense experience, but this is really intense. So I'm not complaining, I'm just telling you how it is. I'm telling you all this too because I'm telling you all of this though because I have to make the video about the Yashica 35, and I also have to make the video of the Olympus. So I have these 2 videos that I need to shoot, and I'm wondering how would I do them, because well, I still have some slide films left, and I will probably shoot some slide films with this one because I have the chemicals ready, and they're gonna expire pretty soon, so I better do it within 1 week or 2 weeks tops. I have to do that. There's no other way around it. And for this one, I'm thinking of something kind of extreme. I have a roll of Natura 1600, which I know that it's super rare and it's super expensive. And it's like, oh, you gotta save it for a special occasion. But at the same time, I think the channel is my special occasion. So why not? I probably use a Natura 1600 on this guy. and then I have to purchase chemicals for C41, which I do not have right now. So looks like that's going to be the future of the channel for now. And yeah, oh, one other thing. I told you about this, but remember this one, the Dallmeyer Pentax, the lens that is really beaten up? Well, I decided to purchase a proper lens, like a proper lens. This is a proper lens. It's just beaten up, so do not listen to me. But I decided to purchase another lens, and I found this one. It's an Ector. It's an Ector 200 2.5, and it's also, you can use this. This really is a projector's lens, so this is what you use to project movies. But you can use this and mount it on a board. Wait, I don't want to screw this up. You can actually mount this on a board and use it for the speed graphics, and that's what I want to do. The problem is, the guy who sold it to me didn't tell me, but the base is bigger than my speed graphic. Wait, there you go. The base is bigger, so I can't put it on my speed graphic, and that's, oh man, that's giving me a big headache, because now I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I need to find somebody who can, you know, arrange this and make it happen, and I don't know. I'm really bad at this, so I can't do it myself, like trying to sandpaper this thing, because I'll probably screw it. So this is the big problem I have right now. These are my problems, first world problems, fixing this. But yeah, this is where I am right now. I had this idea of making an episode about 4x5 and shoot with this, some nice portraits, but now I'm just stranded. I don't know what I'm gonna do. If you have any suggestions on how to fix this, which sandpaper should I use? Should I sandpaper it? Should I ask somebody? Do you know somebody in New York who can do this? All of those questions will help me tremendously, because I have no idea what I'm gonna do. And yeah, that's pretty much everything that's happening around here. I am going to, well, today, I'll finish this, I'll edit this, I'll upload it, and then I have to finish reading for my MA thesis. I'm thinking of writing about Juan Ribano. I've told you about Juan Ribano in one of in my 2017 or 18, I don't remember. I never did a 2018 book collection because I moved from the UK to here and I lost a lot of books. So I thought that would be unfair. I guess I'll do another one by the mid of this year. That's probably what I'll do. I'll collect some other books and then make a proper video about it. But I talked about Juan Ribano in one of my book reviews, and I really like his writing. So I found some texts about him, some texts that he wrote actually, and I'm gonna write my thesis about that. So that's what I'm doing. That's my area of research. So yeah, I can't tell you more about that because I really need to see exactly what I'm doing. But for now, that's more or less the area that I'm trying to focus on. So I have a lot to read for my MA thesis, of course, and I have a lot to write, and I have to deliver some pages for Monday morning, and it's Saturday. That's life, man. I hope your life is less convoluted than mine at the moment. And I don't know, as soon as things get better and less stressful, I'm gonna let you know. For now, I have to focus on having everything set for Monday. Next week I'll try to organize a photo shoot to make the Yashica Electro review happen. And then, yeah, I'll try to fix another photo shoot for the Olympus. It's really cold outside, man. It's like -7, -10. The real feel sometimes is -25 Celsius, so it's really bad. It's really bad going outside. So there's no street photography for me right now. I'm just gonna focus on taking some portrait shots. I hope you enjoy the portraits from the Rolleiflex. And yeah, that's it. Let me know anything else, any suggestions for the $10 pledge, any suggestions on what you would like to see on the channel, any ideas, everything's welcomed. We're just building this together, man. I know some things that I want to do. I want to make a review about some apps for measuring light with your phone, those kind of things. I want to do a video about that. I want to do a video about composing, which is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I really need to organize all my files, and that's going to take me a while. So those are the two things that I want to do. But if you have any ideas for videos or something you would like to see, just let me know. And I guess that's it. I'm gonna finish this, edit this, upload this, and then I'll see if tomorrow I can make the photo critique, and then we're gonna keep the ball rolling now that I'm here and everything's kind of back to normal. I hope it will work out. Thanks a lot, and man, as always, thank you so much for your support, because even though, despite the fact that the $10 pledge got cancelled and whatnot, the fact that you're still here, man, it's so important. It's so fucking important. Thank you so much for that. I'm gonna see you pretty soon, and yeah, that's it. Thanks for everything, and I don't know, I've said goodbye like 10 times, so I just cut the video. Bye.